Hey guys, welcome to a new vlog. I meant to bring my camera, but then I forgot, so I'm on my iPhone. I am off to get my hair done with Evelyn not living close by anymore, and she was my hairdresser. It's just harder to get together. She's willing, but like I am overdue. So my friend just got her hair done, and I was like, oh my goodness, your hair looks so good. She's like, my niece is about to graduate hair school and she's so good with color. You got to go see her. So that's what I'm going to do. Pretty much getting done what I normally do, and that is like touch up on my roots and then put some blonde in. Okay, you guys, I'm home from getting my hair done. Amanda has not seen it yet. I'm trying to get some good lighting here for you guys there. Okay, let's go show Amanda. Okay, Amanda just got home.
Oh, it looks so pretty.
Do you like it?
Oh, it looks good. Your hair looks good.
Oh, now does it kind of look like yours?
Yeah.
Look.
It looks
Aw.
so cute. I love it.
Aw, I love you. Okay, let's
Oh,
look.
it looks so pretty.
Okay, look. Okay, seriously, like yours is still like a little bit blonder.
Yours is so cute. I love how she curled it.
She did underneath and everything.
It looks good.
Yeah, I love it. Ralphie, do you like my hair? Yeah. How was school?
It was good. It went by fast. So.
Well, good. Well, I just brought you home some lunch.
Oh, thank you.
And then Oliver's working from home today. I forgot to even like film his reaction, but he loved my hair too. So Amanda's lunch are these Fiesta potatoes at Taco Bell. They're really, really good, and she's eating like a taco. Oliver didn't want his burrito, so she might have that. But my fave lately on my sourdough bread has been this cream cheese, or you can use goat cheese with hot honey. This is the hot honey from Trader Joe's, but I'm sure you can use like any kind of spicy honey. Okay guys, I am in Evelyn's old room. I have weights on. I actually just finished a workout on the treadmill. Hold on. I needed to pause my watch app because it's running as if I'm working out still, which I kind of still am, because here's why I'm down here. First of all, I thought it would be fun to do an empty room tour for you guys where Evelyn's room was, but Sam is temporarily moving back in, just in between places, so he might be here, I don't know, anywhere from like a week to a month. I told him you should just take Evelyn's old room. It's all ready. The boys' room where they used to, when they were living here, is like storage, and so we need to empty that out and make that like a guest room. In fact, some of the boxes are in the hallway right now that we need to still work on. So I thought I would do an empty room tour, and I thought this little cactus might be cute down here, so I was gonna put that somewhere. Okay, I will show you her. It's just gonna be really quick. You walk in and there is like a little rack here to put like your robes, coats, and then over here is just like a little end table, and then there's a mirror. Hello. She's got her window with lights still up that she went ahead and just left, and she left her makeup mirror, and she left her desk and her computer chair and that cart over there. So we're just leaving that be for the time being. And then I stole this out of the boys' room, this rug, and put it in here since they weren't using it anymore. And then there's just a little end table that she didn't need, so she left that behind with the lamp and the bed. So I just made it because they had stayed the weekend, and I washed everything and put it back together. And then over here is the closet. I feel like this is a decent sized closet. Got some extra towels up here, and Evelyn left some of her microphones, some of her equipment that she's not using at the time being. Got a hamper there, some photos, and that actually is Evelyn. She needs to take that. But yeah, so that is an empty closet, mostly empty. Maybe get a little bit different view from this angle, and that's pretty much it. And there's a ceiling fan. So it will be nice having Sam back temporarily for a little bit. And then I'm sure I've shown you guys before, but woo, this is the bathroom that the boys will be using, or at least Sam. Let's see if I can close that. So Evelyn left her llama picture, but yeah, so this is the bathroom that's just right next to the bedrooms. Okay, I thought I would make some sourdough bread and just show you the steps. I feel like I've evolved from like other videos that I've put out, even on Instagram and on YouTube. And I don't know if I'm gonna show you like the integral details, but I am just gonna show you that I'm adding 2 cups of water already in this bowl, 2 cups warm water. And then I'm going to add pretty much all the starter that's in here. I think as long as it's not too late in the day, like 10 o'clock at night, and even then you can probably get away with starting a loaf. So for me, it starts the day before, and then by the next day I'm baking it. But if I start around 3, 4, happens to be 5 o'clock right now, it's okay, as long as I can get a couple of folds in, which I'll try to show you that process. So like I said, I've got the 2 cups warm water. It's not an exact science, it's kind of a way it feels, but general rule, it's like 2 cups warm water. And now I'm gonna pour in my sourdough starter. So this is what it looks like, and I fed it. So where the rubber band was is where it was at, and then it grew that much. So here we go. And see how it's floating? That's how you know it's ready. Now I'm showing you what it looks like in the jar. I will add flour and water to this, and that's called feeding it. Or I could just stick it in my refrigerator, but I make dough that often. So this is the jar I just showed you, and it will, because of gravity, all of it will sink to the bottom, and it'll be plenty to feed it. It could be like just a tablespoon in here, and that would be plenty to feed your starter. Matt is like, you're so cute. Okay, so now I'm going to stir my sourdough starter and water. You can do it with your hand. I've heard terms like stir it up and get it looking like a milky state where it's all dissolved. And so, in fact, Amanda, you want to film me while I stir this with my hand? I washed my hands, they are clean.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
So liquidy.
Well, yeah, it's got water. See the...
Oh.
There's the water, there's the sourdough starter. The water's a little warmer than what I usually use, but it should be fine. Okay, thank you. Okay.
I'm telling her to sell it. Cause
no,
we just started business.
Because not every loaf turns out perfect, so.
But most of them. Like, it's really rare.
Well, that's a compliment. Thank you, Amanda. Okay, so at this point, I am going to just let it, no, lie. At this point, I'm going to add about 4 cups of flour. It's going to be to touch. If it feels way too sticky, then I add a little bit more flour. So sometimes it's 4.5 cups of flour. Don't let that scare you, but I'll show you the texture that I'm looking for. And then I let it sit and rest, maybe like an hour, 2 hours, more, maybe a half hour. And then I'll come back and I'll add salt, like close to a tablespoon. And then I can also add, and I know she's waiting for me. Are you waiting to ask me if you can go somewhere? Oh. Hold on, guys. Unless you want to ask in front of the vlog. Do you want to ask?
Yeah, well, Kesley texted me. It was like, Lexi's here, and she's like wanting to hang out.
Okay.
And they're at Kesley's house.
And she did all her chores, her reading.
My scriptures.
And extra, oh, you didn't do the dishwasher.
Step aside, sister.
That was the last thing. Okay, so I'm gonna add the flour now to my mixture, and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so I did just literally mix that up. I've got my flour here. This is how I measure. Don't hate, appreciate. I don't measure like with a scale. Maybe I should. Maybe every loaf would turn out perfect if I did that. This is 3, right?
On 5 and she's like, this is weird.
And 4. Now I'm going to mix this. I'm gonna attempt to do this one-handed since Amanda's so busy doing dishes.
Busy. Oh my.
So mix and mix and mix. Let's see, maybe we'll fast forward this part. Okay, I think I'm gonna have Amanda add maybe like a half cup more of flour. Just like fill that up about halfway. And then sprinkle it all. That's good.
That is good.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, that's good.
Want me to film it?
Sure, you can film me putting this in here. So you don't want it too dry and you don't want it too sticky. It's somewhere in between. So I don't even know why I say 4 cups. I guess that's just a gauge, you know? Okay, this is actually, I'm gonna say, perfect. So what I plan to do is come back and add my salt. At least let a half hour pass is like rule of thumb from what I've learned. So what I'm gonna do now is cover this with a plate and I will come back in a half hour.
Ew, your hand, ew.
Okay, super quiet now because Amanda just left. I'm all alone. Oliver went to go get Sam and help him move his stuff back into our house temporarily. And so I thought I would show you what I told you. Remember how I said whatever was left was gonna sink to the bottom? Well, it did. Whoops. So I'm gonna move my rubber band to where, about, just showing you, right? It's about, there's actually like that much left in there. I'm gonna feed my starter just because I could put this in the refrigerator. You guys, you could do that. You could just lock it up, put it in the refrigerator, forget about it for like a week, a month, you could. And I do have some discard in my refrigerator, but because I make bread so often, I'm gonna go ahead and just feed it. And guess what? I could actually feed this tomorrow, but because I'm showing you guys, I'm gonna feed it tonight, and that's okay. Or I could just feed it tomorrow, and that's okay. It's really hard to kill sourdough starter. I had a friend call me when I was in California, and she said, oh my goodness, I've been gone for a week and I left my starter on my counter and it's got like dark liquid on top of it. Not black, but like really dark. And I said, it's not bad, it's fine, I promise. She used it, she did not die. She's been making bread with her starter still. So it's really hard to kill your starter. Like I said, I could just put this on the counter and be fine, but I'm gonna show you guys how I feed my starter. I don't measure because that's just not how I roll. I don't, I'm sorry. I take literally that same cup that I have in here all the time, and I usually do this over the bowl, like the container here, but because I'm doing this one-handed, hold on. Maybe I could put you, I know sometimes Marla puts you guys right here. Well, it's working for me. Now you're in my food cabinet, vitamin cabinet. Remember this bucket? I'm going to take my starter, it's right over the bucket, right? So if any extra flour falls, it falls in the bucket. Now I take however much, I would say like 1/4 a cup, let's say 1/4 a cup, if you guys like measurements. And then I just pour it, this is horrible filming. Okay, and then I just pour it in here. And now I'm going to get a water bottle because our water filter is not working. And I don't like tap water, so you could use tap water. Not measuring, sorry. I just gauge it on the way, like the texture is. I'm looking for like a thick pancake batter like texture. Got my stir. That's what it looks like. And then I'm just gonna stir it and I'll show you guys. That looks pretty good. Maybe a little on the thick side, but that's okay because this can probably sit another day or two on the counter without being fed. So that's what it looks like. And then I just kind of, once it settles, I put the rubber band about where it's at. Just gives me a gauge to see how fast it grows. Like tonight, it probably won't grow very much because that was with cold water. But by tomorrow or late tonight, it will show that it's grown. So I'm gonna cover that up and just put that on my counter. I'm gonna use a plate and I'm just going to cover that up. Also from my last video, I did put an overlay text that we got water heater working because we had cold water all last week and it was pretty difficult. That was hard, but that is done and I'm so grateful for warm water now, you guys. I'm so grateful. I am gonna go take Ralphie on a walk before it gets dark and before Sam and Oliver get here. And then I'm gonna come back and add that salt to my sourdough. Oh my goodness, I didn't even know you were out here. Do you want to go on a walk? Do you want to go on a walk? Okay, and just like that, for only, who knows, a week or two, a month, Sam is back in for a little while. So we're excited. We're excited to have him, but I want to show you guys what I was finishing off with, the sourdough starter, or bread. I've let it rest, and now I'm going to add the salt. So I'm gonna add probably like 1/2 cup of sesame seeds and a little less than a tablespoon of salt. Okay, so now I'm gonna add the salt, and that's about the amount that I add. And now I'm gonna add, which is totally optional, some sesame seeds. And now I'll just get in there and add that all together. Mix that up, and then I'll put the plate back on it, and then I'm going to show you guys what I do to fold it. Okay, the sourdough, I just added the salt and the sesame seeds, and I had a question long ago, why do you add salt like a half hour or an hour later? Something to do with the hydration of the dough, like it keeps it more moist if you add it later. I personally have not seen a difference adding it when I add my starter and the water and the flour, but I just do it both ways. So you can do it however you want to do it, but I thought I would share that with you. I just got ready for bed. I know, and it's only 7 46. But I like to get ready for bed early if I don't have anything else going on for the night, and I don't. So I want to show you guys now my folding process, but I need one of the girls downstairs. Amanda has her friends and they're working out downstairs. Hey, Ralphie. He's still panting from, I took him to the park and he played. Hey, Amanda.
Mama?
Can one of you film me while I fold my dough?
Yes, Lexi's mom is here. I meant dad. So she has to quickly get back into Japan.
Like he's outside?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, she has to go home?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I know, so sad.
Okay, well, no rush. When you come up, one of you film me while I fold my dough. Yeah, I didn't film that part, but I had taken Ralphie to the park. He's probably quite tired. I'm gonna actually have him go outside. Come on, Ralphie. I can open this. Hold on a second. You go on out. Hi. Workout queens.
Yeah, our legs hurt. Mine do.
Mine do too. I did a workout video yesterday and I'm dying.
Really?
Well, actually, I just did the workout myself. I didn't follow a video. So that was a lie. So anyway, if one of you can just show how I fold my dough. Wash my hands and have my hands like mostly wet. So this is what it looks like. I don't know, it's been about an hour later. It's gonna start building strength, and that's one fold. And then this is 2 folds. I'm not a professional. Anyway, but this is 4. And the more you do this, the more you'll find your dough strengthening. And so I'll come back in about an hour or 2 and do that again.
Here.
Okay guys, it's been another hour. We're going to do another fold. My hands are a little bit wet. And here we go. See the strengthening of that dough? That's good.
Just do that again.
I'll do it on this one because you do it 4 times. So
What are you doing?
just building tension in the dough, like strengthening it.
By just stretching it out like this?
Yeah, and I do it like, I do 4 times. And then,
You pick it up?
yeah, and I think I'm gonna put it
And you
in.
stretch it apart just a little bit?
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the refrigerator for the night, and then tomorrow I'll show you what I do. So I'm just gonna literally put it in the fridge, just like that. Good morning. I just pulled this out of the refrigerator. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning, and this is what it looks like. I could start the process right now by folding it out on my counter, building tension and forming it for its final proofing. I'll show you that in just a little bit. And then remember my starter that I fed? I'm gonna show you guys what that looks like right now. So technically I could start another loaf because this is active right now. I won't. And so therefore, after time, it will drop back down. Then I usually dump some into my discard jar that's in the refrigerator. Okay, you guys, I'm clearing my counter so that I can get ready to take this out of the bowl. I'm going to flatten it. I'm going to roll it up and then put it in my Banneton. Start that over. Okay, so I've cleared my counter. I'm going to dump this on my counter and then I'm going to prepare it for its final proofing. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of flour in my Banneton and then I'll set that aside. So now I'm going to take this out. It's probably just been about, since I've taken it out of the refrigerator, it's probably been like, well, it's been 37 minutes. So here we go. Okay, I mean, I can try to get more of it out, but that looks pretty good. Okay, so the idea now is to get this like as flat as possible. When it's cold, it's a little bit more difficult to work with, so you could wait till your dough is not so cold. Okay, I'm gonna say that's good enough for now, and I'm gonna fold it. I don't think there's any perfect way of doing that, but the idea is to get it into like the ball shape so you can start building tension. think that should be good enough. Now I'm going to pick it up and put the nice side upside down. Sometimes I like do that just so it's easier to come out. And then I'm just gonna cover it with a towel and let that rise. So I don't like this to rise like too high because I just find it makes it a drier loaf. So if you find that you're gonna be gone like all throughout the day, just put it in your refrigerator. I'm only gonna be gone probably for a couple of hours, so I think it should be fine, so I'll come back and we will score it, bake it, and it'll be delicious. If you were wondering who was filming, it was Amanda. So she stayed behind this morning for some other reasons, but she looks super cute and I wanted to bring her into the vlog and say hello.
Hi.
So we're off to go take her to school now, and then I've got quite a bit to do today, but I will show you guys the bread later. And Amanda will enjoy it later, right?
Yes,
Do you like the sourdough bread?
I love your sourdough bread.
Okay. Okay, I just got back from the store. It is now about 11:30, and I think it's rising pretty good, but I'm not gonna be able to cook it probably for another hour or two. So I'm gonna put it into the refrigerator and then I'll show you from there. I literally just stick it in with the towel. Everything, the way it looked is the way it's going in. Okay, I decided to take this out of the refrigerator. It's been about an hour. And now I'm going to show you the process right before I bake it. So the oven's preheated to, usually I do it at 450. I'm going to put this parchment paper on top, doing things one-handed here because I don't have anyone at home. Then I'm gonna put the plate on top. I'm gonna put you guys right there. Parchment paper on top, then the plate, and then I'm gonna flip it. So that's what it looks like now. And now I'm going to take off the Banneton. My battery light is blinking, so I need to hurry. Okay, so that's what it looks like. I'm just gonna add a little bit more flour. I think that does help if you're gonna score it and make some, decorations on it, or if we're just cutting your ear, which helps expand the bread when it's cooking. Makes a little bit of a mess, but I'll clean that up. Okay, I'm gonna do something pretty simple for the sake of time before my battery dies. Cutting the ear, and then I can just make some slits on the side here. Okay, I think that looks good. Now I will go bake it for 25 minutes with the lid on, and then with the lid off 25 minutes. Right now my cast iron is warming in the oven. I like it nice and hot. And then I place it in there, so be really careful. Use your oven mitts. Okay, I'll show you what the bread looks like when it's all done. I did forget to tell you, I like to do this. It's not necessary, but I put coarse salt on top before I bake it. But I've been spraying it with a little bit of water on top. So I kind of did that backwards, and then I put the salt on. I used to just put the salt on with no water. Okay, now time to bake. So I just lifted it off the plate into the oven like this. I think it's important to show you guys so you're not like, how did you get it in your cast irons? Now, I just put the lid on and I'm gonna close it up. Okay, time to take the lid off. Ooh, looks pretty good. Now I will cook it for 25 more minutes. Okay, it was too hot to show you guys in there, but I'm gonna put it on this rack on the counter and I'll show you what it looks like. Here's what it looks like. I'm gonna put it on this cutting board. It looks really good. Okay, here it is, you guys. It looks so good. Look at the height on it. Our decorations, the salt. Oh, it looks so good. Okay, so I'm gonna slide this part off so it can cool. Looks so good. Look at that. You guys, making sourdough bread is not as hard as it seems, I promise. So, and if you don't try, you'll never know. So just try it. And if you guys have questions in the comments down below, ask me and I will do my best to answer them. It's really a matter of just practice. I still have my loaves that I flop somehow, some way, but overall, like, they all turn out pretty good. So you guys can do it also. Okay, I hope you guys have enjoyed this vlog. It was a little random. Hope you enjoyed it. Okay, I'm gonna let this bread cool. You guys have an excellent day, evening, whatever time it is that you're watching this video. Subscribe and we'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.